Well, hello, everyone. Thank you and welcome. My name is Sharonda Sykes. I am the director over here, director of operations. Let me finish that sentence. Director of operations over here at the Sickle Cell Consortium. And we have had the pleasure of hosting and being a part of the second annual Caregiver Summit. It is so great to have you guys. It is so great to have this event on behalf of our caregivers. My entire family was super excited and they were in the chats and participating. Forgive them, y'all. I know listen, our family is just our family. Francine, no, it was just a lot. We are very bubbly over here and we do a lot of things. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that we appreciate you, all the caregivers, young, older, friends, nurses, doctors, anybody that has joined this event this weekend. We are so very thankful to you guys for allowing us to come into your living rooms, your cars. I've seen people driving and trying to talk, and I've seen people sending us messages saying, wait, what did I miss? We're so excited. This bunch of people, oh my goodness, you guys are really in the conversations, you're participating, and it has been an honor to just work with you guys and see you all over Hoover having those conversations. And what I told you the very first day, I feel like we are building relationships, building community, inspiring, encouraging, and the consortium and everyone here, I want you to know we support you, caregivers. Okay, that's my welcome. So, I can keep talking, but Elle, did you have anything you wanted to say before we hand it over to our mistress of ceremony?
Yes, yes. When we started this journey 3 days ago, I told everybody that you are diamonds. So together we've been polished. We've been learning about the fire that each and every one of us faces. And growing up, my mom used to tell me, she said, dare to be different. She instilled those words in me because we sometimes have to take the road less traveled. And for each of us caregivers that are represented here, we are taking the road less traveled. So gather with your other caregivers and encourage one another. We are going to face storms, but we can be tougher than anything we face. And we will instill that toughness in our loved ones because they're showing us, they're helping polish us. So continue to take care of our most precious jewels. Continue to connect with those who seek support. Continue to create the world that we want our future to be. Continue to be a precious jewel in a world that needs more love. Thank you.
Thank
And
you, Elle.
Biba, can you share a little bit more about our
Before
November?
we do that, Elle, I wanted to let you know that we do have a special guest in the room. But before we get to the mistress of ceremony, we have a video that we want to play real quick, Miss Elle. We're just gonna play it real quick. Team, I know you are working on getting that up for me. Oh, because my team is awesome. Here it goes.
Thank you, Vertex, for sponsoring the second annual Virtual Caregiver Summit.
Now, why did we do that? I can tell you why. Because Vertex is our title sponsor. Woo-hoo! Woo! Thank you, Vertex, for being our title sponsor for the Caregiver Summit. You were last year and you did it again this year. And while we thank all of our sponsors, we just had to do a special shout out to our title sponsor. We really appreciate you. And now we are going to start the ceremony. Biba, it is now in your hands.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, good evening, and welcome. It is such an honor to be here with all the other caregivers around the world attending this ceremony. So welcome to this Caregiver Award ceremony. Over the past 3 years with the pandemic, we've seen a new vocabulary emerge. C19, social distancing, family bubble, the list goes on. But one phrase, frontline workers, is not new to our community. Parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, and sometimes even good friends, best friends have been fighting to keep their loved ones alive from a deadly disease. They are working under harsh circumstances where there is no care, no understanding, and no support. And they are doing that against overwhelming odds. They have been frontline workers their whole lives, the minute a warrior enters their lives. They've had decades, not just 2 or 3 years of constant stress. They pay a high cost in terms of their own health, finances, careers, opportunities, and the quality of life. They live in constant fear that their efforts will still result in losing the battle and the death of their loved ones. They are the caregivers in our community. So today, we're going to hear from them. We're going to listen to their stories, to their journey, to everything that they want to share with us. But most importantly, we're going to love on them and celebrate them. Welcome, everyone. And it is really a great day to have the Sickle Cell Consortium put this type of event for us, because for all these years, we've been just left fighting alone with no recognition. So thank you for that. And here we start. Back to you. Our first person to speak today, we're going to hear the monologue from Miss Lameda Smith.
Thank you. Before we do that, we have one thing. Before we do that, we just played the video from Vertex. And like I said, you guys, we have a special guest in the house who you've probably seen all weekend. But this is a special word from our sponsor, Mr. Scott McGoohan from Vertex.
Thank you so much. But really, tonight is not about us. But if we can take one moment, I want to thank 3 groups. Period. I think I want to thank first and foremost the Sickle Cell Community Consortium for their work that I know all of us have been touched by. All of us are so proud to be associated with. And I know that also Sharonda identified herself as the Director of Operations, but also the Director of the Department of Energy of the Sickle Cell Community Consortium too, because without that, I don't know where we would be at all. So first off, thanking them. I think secondly, to thank the Planning Committee for what an incredible 3 days this has been. It has been, I end each day tired, I end each day exhausted, but I end each day full of gratitude, full of appreciation, full of insights, and full of hope. Hope that you all give with what you bring each day to the lives of your warriors and to the lives of other warriors as well. Hearing how, whether it is folks who are becoming donors for their own siblings or those who could potentially benefit from it, whether it is those who simply give up days, weeks, nights, hours to ensure that their warriors are cared for, have an advocate, have a supporter, have a rock, and those who also just want to help others who are newly navigating the journey. It is so amazing how much all of you get. And that brings me to my third gratitude, which is to all of the caregivers. Each and every one of you, whether you are a parent, a sibling, a child, a friend, a church member, a community member, it doesn't matter what shape you come into, a teacher, a coworker, a boss, anyone can be a caregiver and to be a partner to a warrior along a journey, and to be a partner and a supporter to a caregiver supporting a warrior on that journey. So you all are amazing. Vertex is so proud to support this for the second year because we believe strongly in this. We believe strongly in you, and we also have been taking notes. We have been listening, and we look forward to showing you how we put what you've told us into action, because we are here with you, for you, and would never do anything without you. So thank you so much for being a part of this. This is my favorite part of the weekend. This is all about gratitude. This is all about celebration. This is all about appreciation. So with that, I will now go quiet and just sit back and smile for the next 2 hours.
Thank you so much, Scott. We appreciate you. And Biba, I have to tell you, because I didn't say it before I got to Scott. Oh my goodness, that was a wonderful welcome. Wow. Wonderful. So as you were saying, we're now going to start our monologue, and the first one is of a sibling.
I'm a caregiver. Giving care is what I do. I mean, even when she don't want me to. This is personal for me, which is another story. So I don't be listening to her when she tries to excuse me. Girl, bye. Lies. My job is to be the eyes. I see her in and out of pain. So don't tell me you're not. Again and again. I evaluate her when she smiles and says, hi, knowing good and well her pain level is at an all-time high. I empathize when the pain is unbearable, foreseeing I'm going to have to be the mouthpiece to get the nurse just to be hospitable. Working every day to let her know she's not alone and that I recognize her resilience. Look, I just want her to be honest and don't suffer in silence. I'm a caregiver. That's what I do. Okay, removing all of the theatrics and get into the nitty-gritty. I love that chick, my sister, to infinity and beyond. Please understand her support system is strong and we have a great bond. I don't mind being the mama bear. I love her and I want her to know I care. Look, I'm a caregiver. That's what I do. Like my shirt says, I was made for this. No. Okay, no. Let me be clear. I was made for you. I'm a caregiver.
Wow. Woohoo! Back in your hands, Miss Biba.
Thank you. And this is wonderful just to hear. Oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you. So this is wonderful just to hear a sibling have this passion for supporting and for helping. This was amazing. Thank you, Lenita, for sharing this. So do you know that we are in November now, right? So November is Family Caregivers Month. It is the time for us to recognize and honor the caregivers in the sickle cell community. It is an important opportunity for us to raise awareness of caregiving issues, educate people around us, and increase the support and much needed support. For the past 2 days, this summit brought together all sorts of caregivers from all over the world. I have the opportunity to talk to people who were in Trinidad and Tobago, here in Canada, where I'm joining from, in the United States, and even in Africa. It provides us with all sorts of information and resources that can help us better serve our loved ones with sickle cell disease. So thank you again to the Sickle Cell Community Consortium for that. Thank you for the great work and especially thinking about us. There are over 53 million Americans who are in paid caregivers to family. 53 million. and a large majority of them are caring for somebody with sickle cell disease. Caregiving is not easy. Your physical and mental health can be affected, and it can put a strain on your work and social life. So make sure you take good care of yourself. So today, it's a time to celebrate your contribution and express again our gratitude to all of you. And just so you know, I am a warrior mom myself, and my journey started 35 years ago when my son was born in sub-Saharan Africa. And one of the things that I realized today is that there were no internet at the time, no patient support group. There were no conferences like this to give me all the tools or the network that I needed. I had to do it on my own. So it is important that you stay connected and keep coming to this type of event. And we are looking forward to meeting each other in person very soon when all condition allows, so that we can have a physical connection. Now, I want each and every one of you to go to the caregivers in your life and say, thank you. Just say those two words, thank you. Back to you, Sharonda.
Thank you so much. So the next one that we have is a video from, they said spotlight yourself, Sharonda. I don't know why they've seen me all weekend. Oh, I hear Dr. Bailey.
I'm just loving it, waiting for the next video.
Just want to make sure. Okay, so now we are going to play our next video from a husband of a warrior.
Good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. My name is Mike Hendricks, and I am a husband of a wonderful sickle cell warrior. Her name is Dima Hendricks. You've probably seen her around doing certain things within the sickle cell community. And I'm just honored to be a part again of this wonderful Caregiver Summit and to share my thoughts about being a caregiver and a spouse of a sickle cell warrior. I just want to give you guys a few things to encourage you with, and things that I have done and learned, either the easy way or the hard way, to be a really good caregiver and spouse. So first things first, number one, communication. Communication is very key. I say that my advice to any new couples out there that are dating or newly married, I'd rather you over communicate than just do regular communication. The more that you communicate wants, needs, goals, expectations, and boundaries within your relationship, the better the relationship will go. I'm telling you, communication cannot do enough communication. The older you get, you kind of know when she says, no, I got it, I'm fine. She don't got it and she's not fine. You know, you have to learn those different things the longer that you're married. But when you're probably the first 5 years of your marriage, you definitely want to just communicate your wants and feelings and needs. Do not assume that they're gonna know how you feel. You're not gonna know. So again, guys, just like me, I'm oblivious, and I'll just think like, okay, she's fine, and she's just stewing in her juices, or just things that may happen in the hospital, things that doctors may say or nurses might say that might rub her the wrong way, him or her the wrong way. You just want to make sure that you're in the know. We'll talk about that later on. But communication keys, that's number one. All right. Number two, make sure that you love your spouse. You gotta listen. This is very key. Love your spouse the way that they want to be loved. Okay. Love your spouse the way that they want to be loved. All right. Now, of course, we know about the 5 love languages. We got time. We got intimacy. We got all the different ones. I can't remember. Personal touch. All the different ones that we know of. But sometimes we, as spouses, we kind of tend to give our spouses our love languages. So for me, I like to give gifts because I'm a person that likes to receive gifts, but that may not be your spouse's way of receiving love. So therefore, when you give gifts, that may not be the best way um, to show love to your spouse. Your spouse may just want quality time, just wants you to hang out and chill, but you're too busy watching games or running around doing errands or doing different things. But you got to love them with their love language, because if you don't, they're not going to feel the full breath of your love. All right. So even though you're spending money on Gucci watches and all of the other different stuff like that, she don't care about that because she wants quality time. So make sure that you're giving her whatever her or him love language is, because they really need it the most, especially when they're going through. All right. So make sure you understand that. Love them the way that they want to be loved. All right. 3, I had to learn this on my own, is just make sure you give yourself some self-care time. Because you could be going hard for the family, going hard for the wife, going hard while she's in pain at home or in the hospital, notifying family, notifying the schools, notifying everybody else like that, but you don't take time to take care of yourself. Your health is as important as your wife's or your husband's health or your boyfriend, girlfriend's health that's dealing with the sickle cell. If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of them. So you got to make sure you're taking time for self-care, things that make you happy, things that it may have to do nothing to do with your spouse that's dealing with sickle cell or the children. That's you time for yourself. So that's just going away, and I like to go to like record stores, look at vinyls or shoes or do anything. Maybe go to a bar, get a drink, watch a basketball game, anything like that. That just gives you some personal time to kind of woo-saw, relax, take a deep breath, have some fun on your own. That's always going to be important. You got to put it in your schedule and make sure that you take it almost like mandatory, at least once a week. Just a couple hours to yourself. You're not being selfish when you do that, but you're just really giving your time for yourself to recharge, refresh, renew, and do whatever you need to do to get yourself back on track to continue to be a very good caregiver. All right. Number 4, do not be a lazy listener. Trust me, I have done that. You know how many times my wife told me, you know what, I'm an SS. You know what SS means, right? And then I'm like, yeah, sure. And then for the 20th time she tells me that, but I'm not listening. Because they're just thinking about, like, I'm just here. I don't need to know why you're SS. But I can't be a lazy listener, because there's going to be times when she's in the hospital and the doctors are talking to her and she is, on Dilaudid, or she's on some type of drug that's very sedated. And if I'm missing very detailed information, she's going to try to figure out what happened, what the doctor say, and then I'm out because I went out to lunch, or I was thinking about the game last night. I'm thinking about, some music video, and then I'm not in the moment. I have to be an active listener. I can't be lazy when she needs my ears and my presence the most. So you got to make sure that you're there at all times, listening, being keen to what the doctors are saying, to what the nurses are saying. Because sometimes these nurses could say something or prescribe something or recommend something, and we're just like, and then we're just totally oblivious to what even personal conversations were about. Okay, when this doctor comes in, I don't even like this doctor, or whatever like that. Waiting for the doctor in the morning time, whatever like that. So you got to make sure that you are actively listening for your spouse's sake, because it could be a matter of life and death. So you want to make sure that you're there, you're actively listening, take notes, do dictation, whatever it is, get your voice recorder out and be that active listener for them, because they need to know what's going on with their health, and you need to be on top of it as well. And the last thing, just be a megaphone. Be whatever type of megaphone your spouse needs at the moment. All right? If she needs you or he needs you, to support them while they go back to school, be the biggest megaphone and shout it out to the rooftop. Go on Twitter, go on Facebook, go on the gram, go on TikTok, and be like, my baby's going back to school. Or she got a 501c3. Or she's starting her own business. Or she's making quotes on Etsy. Or whatever it is. You got to be that megaphone. If she needs you to be a megaphone in the hospital, because they're taking their sweet time, then be the megaphone. Like, make a ruckus, make a noise, whatever you got to do, because you have to be that voice. Because they don't have that strength as much as they wish they could. They're strong, but our voices can be stronger on their behalf. And I had to learn that the hard way. Sometimes I'm just thinking like, well, they're just doing their job. I don't want to bother them. It's not really her fault. She's just a receptionist. But sometimes I have to be that loud voice. And sometimes I had to go back to my wife and say, listen, I should have spoke up. I should have been louder. Sometimes you have to be the megaphone. And whatever it is, if they're trying something out new for the first time, if they're going back after something that they weren't able to do because they didn't have support, but now you're there to be the support, be their megaphone. Be loud for them. Be loud in support. Be loud if they're not getting the right help or treatment that they need in the hospital. Be loud for them. Be their megaphone. No matter what they need, be their megaphone. Be their biggest cheerleader. Be their biggest supporter. Even if you're arguing, if you're fussing, you're fighting, just know that you're still there. And you're still with them, and you're going to fight with them, beside them, no matter how long it takes, no matter what the cost is. There's times where I thought that my wife would never be doing the things that she's doing now. She's starting her own 501c3. She has a master's degree. She's working 2 full-time jobs. It's amazing what God has done through her, and I'm just glad to be part of a witness of seeing her do it, and just glad to be part of the maturation and process that allowing her to do it today. So if you're feeling that you're in a tight situation with your spouse that's dealing with sickle cell, hang in there, continue to pray, and trust in God that he's going to do it. Because he can do it for us, he can do it for you. You guys enjoy the rest of the summit and the rest of this conference, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic. That was beautiful. We now have a word from another sponsor who I think might be having some technical issues. So we're going to move on over to the... Yes, ma'am.
She's here. She's ready.
Oh, well, then it is my absolute pleasure to bring up another one of our sponsors, Holly John of Agios Pharmaceuticals. I see you, Holly.
Hello,
Agios.
hello.
Hello.
It's
We
so
are so
good to see
grateful for all of our
everyone.
sponsors, including Holly. Thank you. Sorry, take it away, Holly.
It's great to see everyone. And oh my gosh, Dima, your husband is amazing. I just wanted to take a moment and share a quick message from our team. And that is that we are just truly honored to be able to sponsor the second Caregivers Conference. And oh gosh, Dr. Bailey, I hope next year this one's in person. This has been a fantastic, fantastic meeting. One of the things that I find very special about the different meetings that the consortium puts on is that it allows for these powerful connections, and to see the connections occurring with the caregivers is just amazing. The other thing that I love about the way that you all approach your conferences is this peer-to-peer education, that we're all learning from each other and the experiences each person has had. And it certainly, just watching and listening enriches all of us. And so I want to thank everybody for the contributions that they've made. And then I also just want to say to the caregivers, you're our unsung heroes. The effort and the love and the dedication and the care and the service that is required of you, and that each of you do it with such a loving heart, is really, really amazing, and such a great example to me personally, but to an entire community. So I am so glad that we get to celebrate you tonight. And so with that, I'll turn it back over you to Dr. Bailey.
Thank you so much, Holly. We are very grateful. Holly is another one of these individuals like our Scott, who are here in this community and have always been an amazing source of support. And so we are very grateful to Agios for constantly supporting, and to you, Holly, specifically, for being the person that you are. Thank you so very, very much. Now, I'm going to take a moment while we pull up the next just to say that everyone, just to say everyone that we could not do the things that we've done without these sponsors. And so again, we are very grateful to all of them. Andrew Uruku. Caldonia Lockhart. Donna Dixon. Sontia Shai of Tanzania. Professor Michael Kahindi. Tara Parker. Astra Smith. Brenda Green. Audrey Davis. Omoumi Oni Dandridge. Zion Rayleigh. Dante Ross. The Heavenly Angel. Keandra McGugan. Dontrell Spencer. Joyce Wiggins. Mariana Roque. Nick Lewis. Tandua Washington. Michael Hendricks. Jasmine Moore Smith. Derek Robertson. Candace Taylor. Pat Corley. Kathy Caldwell. Astra Smith. Francine Baker. Mappler Dawn. We are so grateful to all of these caregivers. Each of these names were provided by individuals in this community who wanted to say a massive, massive thank you. Caregivers are our backbone and our lifeblood. You all are the support that we need. And there is nothing that we could do without you. And I am so very grateful for the caregivers in my life, both biological and those caregivers who have just found their way into my life, many of whom were named right there, who can look at me, even when I'm putting on my pretending I'm well face, and send me that private message, go and get something to drink, I can tell you're in pain. I'm so grateful to all of them, to all of our mama bears, to all of the papa bears, to my own mother, Mama Bailey, a lot of you call her Doris, who has been so consistently supportive in my life and who supports me in every way imaginable and is upstairs right now working this convention because she cares that much, this summit. And so I'm super grateful to all of them. All of those names were submitted, and we always want to say a huge thank you to all of them. Biba, did you have some words you'd like to add there?
Yes. Well, thank you for this kind word and for also for taking the time to recognize all these caregivers. And there is something I want everybody to know, is that it is tough being a caregiver to somebody living with sickle cell disease. And I will tell you why. From the time a parent is handed the diagnosis, there is no support. There is nothing else. They just tell you that your child has sickle cell. And you have to go into life, continue to live, raise your kids, have a job, live your life with no support. Think about the emotional burden, the stress you go through all these years without getting any sort of help. It is not easy. So when you see them standing, if there is anybody around you at work, in your neighborhood, in your family, with caring for somebody with sickle cell disease, please be kind and always offer help. Even when they said they don't need it and they're fine, just do the best you can to support them.
Thank you so much, Biba. And we have another wonderful monologue that is now coming up.
What are you doing here? Oh, I'm attending the second annual Caregiver Summit. Yeah, it's a Caregiver Summit? Yeah, I'm a caregiver. No, you aren't. Caregivers take care of people. Kids can't do that. Kids can also be caregivers. I have 2 brothers that have sickle cell disease. Just because you know someone with sickle cell doesn't mean you're a caregiver. And why don't you tell me what makes a person a caregiver? Caregiver makes sure you give them your medicine, you make sure they sleep, you make sure they drink water, you make sure all of these important things. Kids can't be a caregiver because they can't be responsible for other people. Okay, so then telling them to drink water, helping them when they take their medicine, making sure they dress up when it's cold, when they go out into the pool and going back inside, make sure they're always dry, otherwise that will also cause pain. Or how about like spending time with them when they have pain, helping them with writing, carrying their backpacks when they have pain in their arms, just regular things like that. Taking them to the ER, just calming them down when they have pain, just spending time with them. Yeah, now you get it. So I do all of those for my brothers. See, I'm a caregiver. Oh, wait, really? Kids are actually really important caregivers because they understand more. They're kids. Adults don't really understand many other kids with sickle cell disease, but when you have a kid, it's really important because they can understand. So, like, just like how I said in my examples, like, if a kid is struggling with school, well, another kid understands if they're a caregiver because they know that school is important and they also need help. And just kids are more important because they're young. If you're a kid and a kid has sickle cell, they won't feel like they're being judged by another kid because the kid will understand. And it's just better. You can cope them with their pain. You can play with them even if they're bored. In the hospital, you can get them games that they might like. Some adults don't know what kids like most of the time, but kids do because they're kids. It's easy. I see your point. I mean, when people think about caregivers, they think about adults, grandparents, people that are older. But now I see how kids can be caregivers if they're friends with someone or if they take care of them. That makes sense. And I'm really proud to be a caregiver.
I love that. I love that so much. And thank you, Mariana, for being such a fantastic caregiver. And that is also the point of this, that caregivers come in many forms, not just parents or spouses, but friends, siblings, all of them. I have friends that have become fantastic caregivers in my life, aunts and uncles and grandparents. And now we have a very special message from the president of the General Assembly of the Sickle Cell Consortium for a very special caregiver in her life whose birthday is today.
Hey, birthday girl. So, yes, we just celebrated your 71st birthday, and what a blessing it is to see 71 years of life and lessons and all the ups and downs, the goods and the bads of life. And I am so incredibly blessed to still have you here, still being my rock, still taking care of me, even though I'm almost 40. Still taking care of everybody, because you are definitely one of the matriarch of this Robinson family. So I just want to say that I appreciate you. I love you. There are not enough words or enough things that I could do to show you just how much I appreciate you. You have been my number one supporter, whether you've been hesitant, questionable, or didn't understand. You've been my number one supporter, and you continue to be my number one supporter. So I thank you for all that you do for me, for us. You still holding everything down. And yeah, there's nothing left to say, but I love you. I pray that you have many, many more birthdays. You get to see Devin graduate from college, you get married, and have grandkids, or she'll have your great grandkids, because it's over for me. So I'm sorry about that. but I hope that you are around to see the joys and the excitement of what's left to come for all of us. So again, I love you, and continue to have a great birthday. Mwah.
That was beautiful, and happy, happy birthday to you from all of us. And next we have Carly Cole Cavins. And if I can take a moment here, Carly Cavins deserves all the awards, all of them. And if we can take a moment and give her kudos as well, because we had been thinking of this for a while and putting it together and saying, let's do this. And caregivers had come to us and said, hey, let's put together a caregiver summit. It took Carly to actually help get that moving. And she has worked very, very hard last year and this year. And never let anyone convince you that a virtual meeting is somehow less work than an in-person one. It is not. And Carly has pulled together an amazing team to help and make this all possible. So I know that the team themselves and Carly couldn't qualify to be awarded, but she deserves all of them. And so thank you so much, Carly.
Oh, thank you. I'm getting teary-eyed. This is such an emotional time for me because as a caregiver, you never do anything because you want to be recognized. You do it because your heart tells you you have to do it. And my planning committee is made up of caregivers who love the community. And sometimes when we were having meetings, sometimes people's children were sick, their loved ones weren't feeling well, and they still came, they still connected, so that you all could have this event and learn and be able to connect with others. It goes back to our theme, trust your instincts, caring, connecting, and creating. And we have all done this with this event and, the events to come. So I want to say thank you to every single one of my planning committee members. All of you are heroes. And at this time, we are going to introduce our award ceremonies. All of you who are here, who are caregivers, you all deserve awards because what you do is selfless and you do it because of your love. And you may not get your flowers, you may not get a day off, you may not get to take a break, but hopefully through these days, you've been able to connect with someone else that understands. Hopefully, you've been able to see that you're not in this alone. We are right here with you. And so, even though I can't give all of you awards, I want to say thank you for what you do. And I know that seeing your loved ones thrive, that shows you that they are very grateful and very thankful for you. So at this time, we're actually going to talk about our awards. We are awarding 5 different awards, and they actually have categories this year. So we are awarding 1 award to a mother, 1 award to a father, 1 award to a child, and 2 to caregiver community heroes. So the community heroes are people in our community who have gone an extra mile to make a difference in the lives of their community at large. And so we want to thank you for taking time to nominate those in the community that are really putting in an extra effort. Thank you. And so at this time, we're going to play a video of the awards.
Joanna's
Yeah, we have.
monologue. Oh, thank
So
you.
we actually have a monologue next.
Yes.
Welcome to Holland by Emily Pearl Kingsley. Now, recently I have been encountering this poem quite a bit. And let me tell you, the first time that I heard it, I was like, wow. Wow, because it truly explained how I felt after my daughter was diagnosed with not 1, but 2 chronic medical conditions during her first month of life. Now, the author of this poem equated her experience of being the caregiver of a special needs child, or like in my case, a medically complex child, to this. She said, when you're going to have a baby, it's like planning for this fantabulous trip to Italy. You spend months planning, preparing, with great anticipation of all of the amazing things you're going to do when you're there, places you're going to visit, only to board the plane and then disembark a few hours later and find out that you're in Holland. Holland? Yes, Holland. Holland is where you are, and Holland is where you must stay. You must now learn the ins and outs of Holland. Learn a new language, find new community. Now, while Holland is by no means a horrible place, it is a different place. It is not where you plan to be. You were supposed to be in Italy. You see others enjoying coming and going from Italy, but here you are in Holland and it pains you. But as you take time to discover, appreciate the calm, the quiet, the beauty in Holland, you realize, slowly realize, in fact, that if you spend your life mourning the fact that you did not go to Italy, you would never truly enjoy and appreciate the special and the very lovely things about Holland. Now, for me, sickle cell disease and LVNC cardiomyopathy have been our Holland. As caregivers, we are called to give care. We are called to care. And although I spent the last couple of years studying to become a healthcare professional focused on caring for others, being a caregiver to my precious daughter is a whole different ballgame. It has definitely been a learning experience. And through my daily interactions with her and just spending time with myself, I have learned quite a few things that have helped me to navigate through this new journey. First is courage and compassion. I have learned to be courageous. After all, I had to. I had to be brave, to be gutsy, to be determined in the midst of uncertainty, adversity, and our new reality, all while being filled with compassion. Compassion for my beautiful daughter, our warrior, which comes pretty easy. After all, she is a joy to deal with. But also greater compassion for others, because you just never know what someone is going through. As someone in the medical field, I began to understand a different dimension of compassion. Learning about a diagnosis is not the same when you're on the other side of the table. Then there is acceptance. Acceptance. And boy, did I struggle with it. And to be quite honest, I still have my moments when it's still a battle for me. But I had to learn to accept the situation. I had to face it. But at the same time, while accepting it and facing it, I had to be mindful not to be overwhelmed and consumed by it. Accepting our new reality didn't mean that I was okay with it, but rather that I was acknowledging it. Acknowledging it so that I can press on by faith, trusting and being hopeful that things will get better. Another thing that I've learned is resilience. Yes, resilience. And my daughter has been the one who has taught me so much about resilience. She has demonstrated resilience from her birth till now. Resilience during her 5-week hospitalization. When she was only 5 weeks old, she went into heart failure, and there was a possibility for her having a heart transplant. But thankfully, as a resilient child that she is, that was not the case. Or when she was hospitalized a couple months ago for acute chest syndrome, or even a few weeks ago when she contracted RSV. I have garnered strength from her resilience, and that strength has helped me throughout this journey. Now, while this journey has taught me a lot of things and will continue to teach me, there is just this one last thing that I would like to share. One of the things that I have learned is to encourage myself. There's this song, it's by a gospel artist that says, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory while going through the test, that you should speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. And so I have taken that and I use it from time to time to encourage myself. No matter the situation, no matter how I feel, I speak a good word over myself. Something else that I like to do is to clap for myself. And that I actually learned from my daughter. Before she was even 1, she had mastered the art of clapping for herself. She does not wait for anyone to clap for her. She does something and she thinks it's good, she claps for herself. That is something that she does all the time. So finally, as I encourage myself, I would like to encourage you. Take things one step at a time. Self-care is not selfish. Take time for yourself. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty glass. My fellow caregivers, remember, care for your warrior, care for others, but don't forget to care for you.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much. It's so important to hear. This was a warrior parent, as you all can see. And these messages have been fantastic and important. And now we are handing it directly over to the fantastic duo, Sykes-Smith duo, Lanita and Sharonda. As Carly said, we couldn't say it to everyone. We would love to have awarded everyone, but there were certain very special ones that were submitted, and based on the votes are now being an additional award. Sharonda, Lanita.
Yes, ma'am. You are on mute, Lanita, so I need you to get unmuted, Ladybug.
Hello.
So that first monologue was my sister. If y'all thought she sounded like me, it's because she is my sister. Hey, Sissy.
Hi there.
Okay, so we are here to give away some awards. I mean, are you ready to do this thing?
I'm ready.
I'm ready is, okay, here we go. Our first award, Joy, come on, I need you to go ahead and help us out with that with our first video, because we're giving away the community awards and all of the awards on today. In the chat, let us know that you are ready for the awards to be given. Like,
do we have drum rolls?
Oh, we got some rolls. I don't know if they're gonna be drum rolls or nothing.
I mean, we can make our own rolls. I'm just saying.
Okay, we can. I mean, I guess that is the thing we could do. I mean, I'm just saying. So, you know, we could. We're gonna hit the floor. Oh, here we go. It's ready.
Who's ready? Come on.
And the first award, the Community Caregiver Award.
Yeah, come on down. Go, Brenda.
Yeah. So I need my team to pull Brenda over, because Brenda, you just won the first award, which was the Community Hero Award. Yes. Come on, bring her over. Where is she? Did she come up?
Is she coming?
Oh my goodness.
We need you to run down.
My lighting may not be good. Oh, wow.
It's all right. We're not judging. Go, Brenda.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
You 1 minute to do your acceptance.
Congratulations.
Acceptance speech and go.
Oh my goodness. I am so grateful to be in this space. I'm so thankful for where I am. I'm thankful for my support system. And y'all know I'm a mushy mama. So, you know, this really touches me, because what I'm doing now is my purpose. And hopefully when I retire in a couple of years, I can do it full time. So I am so grateful to be amongst some amazing caregivers, some amazing advocates, and just as amazing warriors. And I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Oh,
there you go.
That's amazing.
She got off real quick because she was about to cry. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Who's not judging this? Me, because I was up here like,
because we wanted to see her face. I mean, I'm just saying.
I was gonna do the color purple cry, but okay.
Let's do. Yeah. Oh no, we're not gonna do that. Okay, that's fine. All right. So we are now to the award. We are ready. We are excited. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Let's go.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. Hold, please. This is for the Father
Caregiver Award. Ooh.
down, Derek. Go ahead and pull him over, team. And you guys, what we want, oh, I see it in the chat. See, my people know what I like. You guys,
congratulations. Yay.
There he is. There he is. We are going to let you give your acceptance speech. Look how I'm looking like, what happened? Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the organizers. This is, yeah, I was telling my wife, Shantae, there is no caregiving in our house without my wife and without Shantae. What you guys don't know is that when the kids were much younger, my kids, we have 3 children, 3 sons, 2 have sickle cell disease. They're now 23 and 24. But when they were a lot younger, I traveled a lot. She stopped working so that she was home with the kids, and so that allowed me to grow and look after the kids. But thank you so much. It's an amazing honor, and I hope to see more fathers involved. Definitely making sure we get the dads involved more, so that we can just have a bunch of tiles with men as well to go along with. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks very, very much. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you.
And thank you to my Maryland peeps who are out there, Yolanda, Francine.
Okay, shout out to Maryland. All right.
Cole from Maryland. So thanks to all the Maryland folks that are on. James, if he's still on. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations as the winner of the Father Caregiver Hero Award.
Yay!
Congratulations. Now we got another one. Let's go. Who's up
Drum
next?
roll, please.
I see you, Dr. Bailey. You was rolling with me. Thank you. Here we go. This is exciting. I like giving out awards. And the next award is the Mother
Caregiver Award. Yay!
This is exciting.
Kathy Caldwell, run on down.
Come on down. If she's here.
Come on down.
It's the virtual come on down for me.
I think Kathy wasn't able to join us today, but congratulations to Kathy.
Congratulations, Kathy. Kathy, I'm sure you're saying, oh, thank you. You was going to do the ugly color purple cry. It's not coming up yet, but it's going to get there. But you are amazing, and we thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, who's next? There's another award coming up. Let's go. We are super excited.
Drum roll, please.
The Community
Caregiver Hero. Oh, yeah. All right. We have Dante Ross. Come on down. Run on down. Virtual run. Come on down.
I believe Dante was also the other one not able to make it today.
That's all right. But you know what I love about these awards, Lanita, is that we had both men and women.
I love it.
One of the things that we do here at the Sickle Cell Consortium and everything that we do is we try to include the children, number one. I'm sorry, because if they're on here, they're going to be like, Miss Sharonda, it's next generation.
Right. Oh, yeah. They're going to correct you.
Yeah, they will. And then we also make sure every event we have that we include the men. Your voices matter. So
I think it's so important.
Out there doing the work.
Yay!
All right, let's go. The next award. We're ready for the next award. All right, here it comes. Who is it? Who shall it be?
Child Caregiver Award. And who is it?
And I want to say say that D Heavenly is always at the events and she absolutely loves them. I hope she is here.
Come on down, D Heavenly, because you bomb. Come on.
Do we have her? Oh, I see her. I'm going to promote her right now.
Is she coming?
Run on down, run to your virtual owl. We're ready.
Come on down.
She's coming. I knew she was gonna be hollering. Oh, she's not on camera. Okay, well, we'll still give you your moment to accept your award and go.
Thank you so much. It helps out a lot when I get so much information every single time I come to the consortium, and it just helps me improve the livelihood of my mom so my mom can feel better. So I'm finna cry, but thank you so much. Oh, I love you, daughter. Congratulations.
So y'all trying to make me cry off my lashes tonight? Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing. Okay.
And I didn't put none on, so I'm okay.
well, great.
Congratulations.
Well, absolutely welcome. Yes, Dr. Bailey, go ahead.
I was sorry, I unmuted. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness. That's just so amazing.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing.
You, D Heavenly, we have seen you in a lot of our sessions, and during the convention this year, you talked about your mom and what you wanted, for her and how much you loved her, and people were pouring into you. I think it was at the Beauty Within Sickle Cell session, and girl, you got a whole team of people behind you. You have a community supporting you, and we are always happy to have you at any one of our events. So we are super excited that you are always here and getting what you need. Okay. So hold on. We got one more to go. To go. Let's go. Our next award and our last award. Yes, Miss Vanessa, I see you. Move with me. I know that's right in the chat. They're giving me drum rolls and whatnot.
Come on, drum roll.
Or did I do all of them? I'm sorry.
You did all of them, Miss Sharonda. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay, because I'm dancing for the next one. Okay.
He's looking at me like, there is not another one. Okay, so this has been your awards. And so congratulations. Thank you, Sissy, for helping me. And I'm going to bring Dr. Bailey and Carly up in a second, but thank you to everyone that was nominated. Thank you to everyone. She almost had me go in with the cry, but I'm going to stay right here and it's going to be okay. But was super, super awesome to be able to give out these awards today. I love being able to show support and celebrate you guys. This has been one of our highlights, and we absolutely will be doing this every year, the award ceremony, without a doubt, because celebrating you guys also celebrates, our victories, because when you guys are taking care of us, it is so important. We see you. Just know we see you. We love you. We see you, and we support you. So I just wanted to say that. And I think do you ladies want to say anything before we move to the next session? Because that was so great. We got to give out awards, y'all.
Yes. Thank you so much. We are so happy and honored to have been able to do this. And there's a little bit of technical things. We do need to verify addresses because we have something wonderful headed to each of you. And congratulations. Last year, we started this tradition and we were able to give out quite a few of the awards. And this year, we are just very honored to be able to continue to do that. Carly?
Yes, I just wanted to say that this has been such a familial time, like coming together for this Caregivers Summit. It has been like a family reunion. I said that last year, but every time we get together, it's like our community, we have new love for each other. And some of us, we spend, even though it's virtual time, some of us spend more time with each other than we do with our own blood relatives. And so all of us are now a part of the same family. And so when one of us wins, we're all winners. And I feel like just being able to honor you the winners, it has been a true privilege to see all the work that you're doing in the community. You all have set the bar high. We definitely are learning from you, and we appreciate you being so willing to love on others, love on your family, and just welcoming us in. And so we appreciate this time. And so thank you to the Sickle Cell Community Consortium for allowing us to recognize individuals in the caregiver space, because, you know, we've waited a long time to have an opportunity to connect. And this is one place where we've been able to truly connect and get to know each other. And so I wanted to publicly say thank you.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Fantastic. And now we have another video.
Where do I even begin? Being a caregiver has taught me so much. I've learned so much just from my sister in her everyday life, her tenacity, her resilience, her unwavering faith. She's taught me more than she'll ever know. Being a caregiver was hard. I'm not gonna lie, that's not an easy job, but it's rewarding. I've been there when, you know, we're both young and kids, and she's in the hospital, and I'm right there beside her, laying, sometimes in the bed with her, hanging out, sometimes on the chair beside her. You know, we've been at home, you know, right there, right beside each other. It's a journey, and it's not for the faint of heart. There's times when we have to go outside of ourselves and think about them. And when you're little, that's hard sometimes. Especially when you see them in the hospital and you see them in pain. And then you see people that don't understand and don't see what you see. To nurses, to doctors, they see another patient. But you see your sibling. You see your family. And you know that their pain is real. You know that what they're experiencing is genuine. And they're in pain and they're suffering. And all you want to do is take the pain away. I remember being little and trying to remember the names of her nurses that were so mean and evil at times, because I was like, I'm going to get bigger and I'm going to beat them up when I get older. I don't know what my little 6-7-year-old mind thought, but it was in my mind a way to, my way of making it right, because I knew they weren't treating her the way they needed to. In hindsight, I feel like I should have maybe gone into the medical field, so maybe I can give back a little bit of what honestly she gave to me. And at times, it seems like I can never repay her for what she's given to me, because being a caregiver, no matter how old you are, is something that honestly, it's unlike anything else. And it makes you honestly, it puts you in a different perspective, because you know that what the textbook says and what real life is. And that's just it. So many times we have nurses, we have doctors that are so into, this is what I learned in medical school. And they take the empathy out of their life. And they treat our warriors as their numbers, as if they're just another person on their checklist. And they don't see beyond who they really are. I'm proud of my warrior. I'm low-key jealous of my warrior, I'm not gonna lie, because she's amazing, she's phenomenal. And if I had half of what she has, if I had half of what of who she is, yo, I'll be phenomenal too. But in all honesty, again, this journey is not for the faint of heart. And it's so rewarding. And even though it comes with sacrifice, it comes with heartache, it comes with pain of your own, emotionally, mentally. If I could take anything away, it would be the pain. If I could change anything, it would be that sometimes, honestly, you wish it was you and not them. Or that you wish, you could share the pain. Because, yes, we try to, rationalize and feel what they feel, but we never quite can. And it's painful. Emotionally, it's painful. And sometimes you have to find ways to deal with that on your own. Because you don't want to put the burden of how you feel on your warrior. You don't want to let them see how scared you are. But you do want them to know how much you love them and how much they mean to you. I love you.
I love you, Dr. Bailey. You are phenomenal beyond words. And everything I said is true. I am low-key jealous because me going and picking up the kids just now and seeing your resilience, you're at the table working and just hosting this thing, getting it all together. If I had an ounce of your actual work ethic, I would be great. But you're amazing and I love you so very much. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the work you've done. I am so proud of the work you've done. And I brag to everybody I know. When I talk about my sister, she's Dr. Bailey, and she's, this is her organization. And, you want to learn anything, go to her website. She's phenomenal. I brag about you all the time and I'm never going to stop because you are phenomenal and I love you for it.
I told you I had a surprise.
Oh, y'all could have warned me.
Sharonda, you should have warned all of us.
You could have warned me. Y'all could have warned me. Albany Whaley Walker, though, what I need you to understand is that you are phenomenal in every way. Oh, y'all could have warned me.
I love the ugly cry.
We got him. And so I am very, very grateful to have you in my life and grateful for the opportunity to do things like this for caregivers because you all mean the world to us. And Albany, you could have warned me, girl, but I love you. And I do need you to understand that you are phenomenal. I am absolutely amazed and astonished with all the caregivers in my life and especially you. So thank you for that. Y'all finally got me on recording crying. I have managed to avoid it thus far. But thank you. Yes. And y'all got me. Thank you so much for that. Y'all, that was actually a surprise. Didn't know that was coming. But thank you so much. And I love you. And we now have a special message back to Viva, who wants to give a very special message to someone as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know how I can follow this, Albany, because this is excellent. But it's just warmed my heart to see that, to see the relationship, and the love, in this. And this is amazing. And this is what we want in our community. So recently there was a movie, The Woman King. I hope most of people here have seen that movie. And, it comes from the story of this Aguji woman in Africa. And I grew up in Niger, which is a neighboring country from Benin. And I actually went to Ouida and visited the site where all this happened. And we all grew up, hearing from our mothers of how strong Black women are, how we are supposed to carry ourselves, how we're supposed, we are the nurturers, we are in every sphere of life. But the true leaders are those who are able to do all this, being caregivers and also going outside and creating strong community that support each other. And this is what you've done here. This is for you. I look at you every single day, how you came to get me. You came and you brought Canada into this summit. And I went and called all the African sisters and brought them all to say, come and join, come and get some education here. And you do it with so much grace when you continue to care for your warrior. And I want to say thank you for that. And I really, really admire all of you. And Dr. Bailey, I can hear sometimes in your voice that you are going through the pen crisis, but you've sat in so many meetings with me and kept going even when you were not well. So today is a day for us to just say the simple words of thank you. We see your work, we appreciate you, and keep up, because it's so needed in our community. We need you. So keep doing what you're doing, Prof. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Biba, and you did amazing. I'll tell y'all, Dr. Bailey's gonna get me afterwards, but I'm cool. The one that I want to, in the chat, before we go to our next part of this, people have been, and I don't know if she can hear us or not, but we are giving it up now for Mother Bailey, who is doing all the things behind the scenes. So thank you to Mother Bailey, the caregiver extraordinaire. Thank you, Mother Bailey. I hope you can hear us, and I hope that you know that you are loved and the people are giving a shout out to you in the chat. I was letting you get your cry out, Carly, before I brought you up, but thank you to Mama Bailey. Yes, everybody is loving. Please love on Mother Bailey in the chat, because she is one of the greatest. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And somebody that kept saying, what about shouting out to Mama Doris? So I had to make sure we shouted out Mama Doris. We were going to do it at the end, but I gave y'all what y'all was looking for. So we love you, Mama Doris. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I know we have a whole program we're supposed to go by, but lashes is coming out. People are ugly. It's a whole thing around here. So, Elle, I saw your hand up. Go ahead, darling.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody, but especially to Miss Doris. This has been a difficult year for me, and I'm actually pretty quiet, but a couple times I reached out to Miss Doris because I needed some help. I needed some answers, and I needed somebody who understood. And she answered me. She's so giving, and she's so accessible. She's very quiet and behind the scenes, but she's a mighty leader. And I just wanted to say thank you, because to all of us, you've become a second mother to us. And we appreciate you. We appreciate the love and the time that you give, because I know you are tired because you're always working, but you make time for each of us. And I wanted to personally say thank you to you.
Thank you. Oh, go ahead, Dr. Bailey.
I was just going to echo it. I see you all giving my mother love in the chat, and I am thankful for it. Please continue to, because my mother is amazing. And I don't think she is aware. I think that's a thing with her generation, that they can't see their own amazingness. And my mother is definitely amongst that. And she is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you, Mom. And thank you for being who you are for so many. I hear people say it, oh, I called your mom and she helped me. And she doesn't say a word. I have no idea. And she does all these things from an incredibly beautiful heart. And so thank you, Mom, and thank you, all of you, and thank you to all of the caregivers. Y'all finally got me. I have managed to go 3 years virtual events without crying on camera, but this was beautiful, and we're so grateful to all of you. Mom, I didn't know if you wanted to say anything or not. I see in the chat, Mom said, thank you so much, Carly. You all are so kind. I love you all. If you wanted to, just please let me know. And yes, ma'am, Dion and Ms. D, they definitely got me this year. And so the next part on this is we are going to begin wrapping up. You all have been amazing. We have a few last things to say as we wrap up this ceremony. Very grateful to have the opportunity to do this. If you all see Mom raise her hand or anything, stop me. I don't know though, she's probably pretty tired, but we're just so grateful to her. Now there is one thing I think I'd like to take a minute right now and share with you all, if I can. Okay, Mom's not going to come on, but she is here, and she said thank you so much to all of you. You may not know this about my mom, but she is shy. She is amazing. She's shy, and I love her so much. So thank you, Mom. Now I have one thing I want to share, and you all may have heard me say something along these lines before, but let me go ahead and pull it up because there is a message that I have shared with you all in the past, and I'd like to share it again. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to figure out how to make this bigger. So some time ago, many years ago, it was one of the first economic bursts in Holland, and it was called the Viceroy. There was a point in time in which the tulip, the Viceroy tulip, became incredibly valued. It is considered one of the first, people who study this, one of the most first economic bubbles of its time. Goods were exchanged for a single bulb of this tulip. During this time, you could exchange for a single bulb up to 200 pounds of wheat, 400 pounds of rye, 4 oxen, 8 swine, 12 sheep, 2 hogshead of wine, all of this beer and butter and cheese, a complete suit of clothes, a silver drinking cup. That is how valuable a single bulb of this particular flower, the Viceroy. A poet once wrote, "Aren't you sad? Aren't you sorry? You will never see a tulip that would make you offer all you own for the layered translucent promise in its brown paper wrapping." The Viceroy was this considered so beautiful that it became, in Holland, it was interesting to me that Holland was used earlier because that accidental trip, you were trying to go to Italy and you ended up in Holland, where a single flower at one point in their history was that valuable that it became the first recorded economic bubble. And when that bubble burst, it was considered the most beautiful flower with amazing coloring. It was precious, it was unique, and we now know it was sick. This flower has what we now know as the tulip mosaic virus. And this virus is why it was so precious. It's why it was so unique. And the caretakers of this flower, learned immediately that they had something valuable, but it was something very precious. And it had to be grown under certain conditions and treated a certain way. It required very special care. This community is a viceroy, and our caregivers are those that recognized immediately the value of what they have. This flower was considered precious. It could make and break, make people very wealthy overnight, and it was sick. I like to bring this example up because as precious as it is, it took special caregivers to make this flower bloom. And once it bloomed, people would give all they own for a single bulb. I want to thank you all for being those caregivers. I hope I don't cry again, of this incredibly special community. You all, wow, I'm going to cry, are the ones that help us grow. And so I want to say thank you to my mother and my sister, to all of the caregivers on this line. There were over 400 of you that registered. I saw in sessions where well over 100 were in those sessions. learning and encouraging each other and teaching each other how to make that tulip grow. And so it is because of you that we are here and able to do the things that we do. So I wanted to just take a moment and say thank you to all of you and to all of the caregivers who have helped us to become this community that we have. And I wanted to take a moment to just encourage each of you, because I know this has to be hard. I'm not a caregiver, but I know this has to be incredibly difficult. And yet here you are helping us each to grow. I am now going to turn it back over to Carly and Biba, because we are going to begin wrapping this up. We have a final thank you video to play, and then we have some final prizes to give out to each of you. Biba and Carly.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask that if my planning committee is still on, I wanted to bring them up. And while they're coming on, I wanted to say to Biba, Biba is in Canada, but it's been, an amazing journey to learn from you in the way that you care for your son. And I remember when you spoke last year, you did a morning wellness. Your words have stayed with me. And I know that you're always thinking of how we can educate others about sickle cell and how we can get different messages to them. And so I love your vision, because you're always coming up with new ways for us to reach different people in our community where they are. And I think that's so important. So I wanted to thank you, and the love that, when you're a caregiver, Biba and I talked about this, you're a caregiver for life. There's no break. You don't get to stop. It's something that you will do for the rest of your life. But each one of us, we carry that with zeal. We're proud to be caregivers, because it is truly an honor that we've been trusted this much. And so my planning committee, we have several people here, but I wanted to just say thank you. And I wanted to give you all an opportunity to say a few words, but I want to say the names of my planning committee members, just every single one of them. Yolanda Lewis, Elsa Franco, Daré Mancoon, Patrice Sterling, Francine Baker, Cal Young, Doris Bailey, Vanessa Rhodes, Queena Griffith, Etta Carter, Faith Davis, Shofina Wilkins, Andressa Hunsel, and Rebecca Sievers. I wanted to name them because each week we had to come together, and you all were always ready. I love to give you guys surveys. So even outside the time I was reaching out, and you all were always so willing and so active. And so I wanted to just give you an opportunity to love on each other, but also say a few words to the community. And we'll start with you, Queena.
Hello, everyone. I must say that this was awesome. And it was also a trying time. And actually, on the 29th, my daughter went into crisis. So we were doing this and planning and preparing while I was going through this with her. And it was hard. It was difficult. But I stuck through, and she's better now. Thank goodness. She's out. She's discharged. And I'm happy. And I loved every bit of this. Every bit of the summit. I appreciate every connection, every opportunity to speak, and just hearing from other people. And it was so supportive. And I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did.
Patrice.
Thanks, Carly. I'm still weepy from earlier, so I'm gonna try to pull it together. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity. This is a wonderful community, and we all need support. And I feel like we came together, pull that support together. I've met some incredible people, each and every person on this committee. I feel like I have made a connection in a different way, and I appreciate you all. Your leadership, Carly, is off the chain. Love it, absolutely love it. To the entire sickle cell community, we know what we have in our warriors. And so I just encourage you all to be reminded of that when it gets rough and keep your head up. Thank you.
Vanessa.
Good evening, and I'd just like to say thank you all for attending. It was our good pleasure to do this work, and I appreciate working with all the ladies, and then the men. I appreciate those fathers, those two fathers that we had that kept coming. So it was good to have the overall reaching committee. We look forward to seeing you guys again next year. Get this on your list now. Thank you so much.
Kyle. KW.
So I'm surviving today, yesterday and Friday without male tears, but they're happening inside. I just want to congratulate the entire team. I feel fortunate to be allowed to be part of you all. I know the ladies normally lead the charge, but we're right here. You know, Derek is listening to me smiling. We are right here supporting you all. We understand. And there's a club that we formed about 1 million years ago called the Good Guys Club. So you all are now reaping the benefits of that club. I want to thank all the caregivers who assembled. As someone said, once you're a caregiver, you never stop. My 94-year-old woman, mother, still asks me questions how I feel. So I want to tell you all, stick it out. You're always going to be very proud of your cared for, of your warriors, however you term them. Stick with them, especially when we are hard. Thanks for having us. Have a great one.
Francine.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It has been a pleasure to work with the planning committee, with Carly's leadership to put this summit together. It has also been a difficult time for me. I went through 3 hospitalizations and a surgery, not myself, my warriors, I should say. And so this is part of the reason why we do this, and this is part of the reason why I find this to be so very, very important. We learn from this, we grow from this, and together as a community, we find strength to continue to care for our warriors and to care for ourselves as well. So thank you, Carly. Thank you to the planning committee for allowing me to be a part of this. And I hope that everyone that attended, that you all really did gain something from this weekend, and that you continue the conversation with each other and continue to build those connections. Thank you.
Andressa.
Thank you so much. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the teamwork. It was an amazing teamwork. I believe that we all have grown a lot during this process, especially Carly, Dr. Bailey. This really gave me hope as a mom, as a caregiver, because you know on a whole other level that you're not alone. So this summit was so beautiful, it was amazing. All the experience that we have gained, it was so nice to see that there is a community behind us, beside us, in front of us, and that we don't have to feel alone. That sometimes you need that extra support, that you don't have to talk too much, but because there is someone out there who truly understands what you're going through, your fears, whatever it is. And I really hope that we are going to continue connecting with each other, networking, because it's very important to stay in touch. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more summits or other caregiver events. And once again, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Elsa.
Thank you guys so very much. I'm beyond honored to have been a part of this committee. When I embarked on the advocacy road, it was to provide hope to those who were afflicted by sickle cell disease and offer what I was looking for when I first got the diagnosis. And my cup is so overfull right now. So I thank all of you today or this weekend. You guys have all provided that hope for me. It's been a true honor to be a part of this community. Sickle cell is not something that I would wish on anybody, but it has truly been the greatest gift. For it not had been for sickle cell, I truly would not have met so many wonderful people like all of you. It's a special, special community. I'm super proud to be a part of it. Thank you, Carly, your leadership. I echo what everyone else has said. I love you. I love you from afar. You know, I feel like I know you deeply, even though it's only been communications through the web, but the internet is a wonderful thing. I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful that now my community has extended. So thank you all. I look forward to next year to bigger and better things, so bigger and better community. Thank you.
Yes, Biba.
Thank you again. Thank you, everyone. Like, this is amazing. It's just such an honor to be part of this committee and being able to work to support our own community. So, and I look forward again to working with each and every one of you again and again to continue to educate ourselves, because I've learned so much, even though you always think like, okay, I've been dealing with sickle cell for a long time, but you always come across somebody who will teach you something that you don't know. I would like to be just like Miss Lucinda Young from Trinidad, who is 94 years old, caregiver to Mr. Crgvr, right? So I would like to be just like her one day and sit back and say, okay, we have shared everything that we know so that the next generation is ready for whatever comes at them. So thank you so much. Thank you, Elle, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you to all of you. Thank you. Listen, everybody, this planning committee is open because next year is going to be even better. And so if you want to join us, we would love to have you. We are a close-knit community. We learn each other and we become friends. So if you want to be a part of our family, definitely join us. And I am going to remind you all, if you want your packages, please fill out the link. We are wrapping this up and we know that it has been a wonderful experience, but we have something very special for you. So even though it ends tonight, there is something more to come for each and every one of you, because events like this, we do it with intention. We do it with our whole heart. And so it's a part of it will be over, but there's still more to come. So I am going to give the floor back to Sharonda. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you all. There you are. Hey, Sharonda.
Hey, Dr. Bailey. They tagged me, but there we go. That's what y'all really want right there. Oh, this has been awesome. What we got in store for them next, Dr. Bailey?
Well, we want to, as Carly said, encourage all of you to reach out. This is meant to be a constant and continuous conversation, and we really want to continue connecting with you and learning. For us here at the consortium, it's about learning and listening and hearing what it is that you all want and how we can support you. Do not forget, if they will, somebody pop it in the chat again. Like Carly said, it's important that you complete that form and that you do it by the end of day tomorrow. It was just placed in there by Elsa Franco. We need that completed by end of day tomorrow. It will close after that to get your box, and we have some special surprise in there for you. And then also, if you want a prize, we have a final thank you video for our sponsors, and we will review the prizes and going to let you go. It has been an absolutely amazing. It's almost 4 on the West Coast, and it is almost 7 here on the East Coast. So we're just going to take these last couple of minutes and announce these last prizes and have a final video for you. Joy, you can actually screen that up whenever you're ready.
Thank you to all of the sponsors for sponsoring the second annual Caregiver Summit.
And I want to double down on that. We are so grateful to each and every one of our sponsors. Vertex, our title sponsor, to GBT and Agios, as well as Fulcrum and Forma, Bluebird Bio, Novo Nordisk and Pfizer, and Chiesi, as well as supporters such as Be the Match. We're super grateful for all of you and for the support that you consistently provide this community. I need to say thank you to the staff and team. A huge, huge thank you to Sharonda and Jonathan and Joy, Lanita, to Carly, of course, who has been absolutely amazing, Dominique Goodson, to Vanessa and the staff. The team has been absolutely amazing and very grateful. There's no way we could do any of this without you.